Hey! Alright. Alright, Woozy. You're gonna have to let me know how the audio balance is. You'll be the guinea pig. Besides me just whacking the microphone with my drink. Get into a little game. I don't even remember what I was playing last. Oh, right. I was playing Smash. Okay, and I think the audio should be kind of fixed with lag and stuff. Oh man, look at those games. Look at that. So many good indies. All right, let's start with We Are Doomed. All three of these games have just completely different control styles, so I'm definitely going to break my brain doing this. I gotta turn up the volume because the music is just so good in these games. I wonder how my scores have progressed, because I was in like the top 10 for, I think, waves. Okay, so I've got some ground to make up. I'm back down to 25. What about an endless? Ooh, I'm still in number 9. That means more people need to be buying this game. So Vertex Pop has released 3 games for the Switch. And the first title they ever made was We Are Doomed, and it just came to the Switch. So it's a port, and all you do is shoot the things, collect the cubes, and then you get the big super beam once you collect enough of the things. There's 2 different modes. There are waves and then endless. We will start with waves. If there is any weird... ping pong echo or anything else weird audio wise that you notice, I have reconfigured my setup, so I should be able to actually like lean over and use my tablet to mess around with the audio. So let's see how it goes. Ooh, that's loud. Turn down my TV. All right, let's get these guys. So when I was first talking about this game on the podcast, I was, instant buy. I didn't realize that they had made this game first before Graceful Explosion Machine or Super Crush KO, but I just love those other 2 games so much that I was going to buy this immediately. And so I had to look it up, but upon first glance, I was looking at it like, there is no way I'm ever going to be able to play this game and keep track of what's going on. And it's not nearly as hard as it looks, but it is certainly challenging when you've got a bunch of enemies around you at one time. Let's see. Yeah, this game's a blast. These guys, these little yellow dudes, you get like 3 or 4 of them on the screen, is horrible. All right, Super Beam is ready. And wait. There are these meteors that will start showing up. They're gray. Super Beam, go! There's one of the meteors, and you can only break them with the Super Beam. And while you've got the Super Beam active, you want to grab as many of those things as you can to keep it going. And now I've just got to kind of start over with it. Oh, and I got hit once. I think you get 4 hits, if I remember correctly. And these guys, you really got to pay attention to their timing, the things that are moving back and forth on the top of the screen, and just kind of listen to their audio cues, which is why it was so important that I could actually hear what was going on, because all of the Vertex Pop games, on top of having just awesome soundtracks, they really build in the audio into the games themselves. And this one is $10 right now. But it's on sale. It actually, right now, I think it's on sale for maybe 6 or 7. But if you, just like with some other, oh, there's my second hit. Just like with some other publishers, if you own one of their games, you get a 30 or 40% discount. So if you already own one of them or 2 of them or whatever. So I was able to pick this up for like $4, I think, and I totally think it's worth $4. 10 might be a little high, but I have a feeling it'll be on sale somewhat frequently. It might seem like it's a lot to follow, but you're not really paying too much attention to your character. You're just kind of, maneuvering. When it does this kind of stuff, it gets a little tough. especially since you can only break them when you've got the super beam, which we do now. So we're gonna blow some stuff up. Oh, this part's tough. So the waves, I don't know if I'm pretty sure the enemy placement and the order is the same every time. It seems like it is. Like where that little funnel thing showed up, at least. Pretty sure that's the same every time when you're playing through waves. But with Endless, I think it's randomized. I saw the Vertex Pop Twitter account. Oh! Almost got hit there. Retweet my earlier tweet. It'd be awesome if they stopped by. I'd love to talk to the team. I think a lot of these games are mostly led by one person. Oh no, this is gonna be tough. Come on, give me that beam. Give me that beam. Give me that beam. Ooh. Come on, I can't get that thing right now. Give it to me. Oh, now I got it. Now I don't need it anymore. We'll use it anyways. Ooh, because those guys are gonna be tough. I don't know. Cocky. I want to say that I think I'm doing pretty good compared to some of my other runs right now, but I've only got one hit left. The one thing that I didn't think too much about when I was like, I'm going to play all the Vertex Pop games, is how it's impossible to look at the chat or anything when people are watching when I'm playing these games. Let's see. Let's try one more run of that. See if I can get a better score, because that was not my highest score. I would love to see if I can beat the 130K or whatever it was. You want Super Crush KO? You want me to jump into that after playing like this and maybe an endless mode? I don't know how much time you have, but I am happy to take requests. And Super Crush KO, I haven't played it in a couple months, so it's going to be a little rough right out of the gate, but that game is phenomenal. It was actually just before I started doing this. I was taking a quick glance at the eShop, seeing what I was getting myself into, and I saw there was like 830 games on sale right now, so it's going to take forever to build the list this week. But I saw some really good deals. Transistor and Bastion are both like $2 and change. I mean, those are such no-brainers. So much fun. What else did I see? Castle Crashers Remastered is on sale for like $8 right now. And that one hasn't gone on sale too many times since releasing on the Switch, like a year and a half ago or whenever that was. What else did I see? There were a couple of other so it looks like it's going to be a really good week for sales. I think there were some... Did I get them already? I think there were some publishers that had their game sales ready for the Indie World presentation this week. But then once other publishers saw those titles live, I think they decided to go put their games on sale as well. I would love to know what that turnaround time is. You know, like a publisher says, I want to put my game on sale. I don't know how long it takes for that to actually happen. My understanding is there is a back-end portal they can use. I've never seen any of that stuff for myself. Get out of there. Who's that? Hi, Nate. Thanks for stopping by. I need a super beam. I can't reach those guys from here. I need a beam. Got it. You did. I'll do 1 or 2 endless modes, I think, after this. And then we'll jump into Super Crush KO, because it does make sense to put that one in before Graceful Explosion Machine, because Graceful Explosion Machine is very similar to We Are Doomed. It's kind of like you can tell where their head was at when they were making this game, and then Graceful Explosion Machine is kind of a that game on overdrive. Not even on overdrive, just very, very refined. For example, this game would be, I think, so much more fun if I had a dash. And the only button you ever use, other than the sticks, is to turn on the super beam, and you only use that, you know, a couple times in each level. their music. You know, maybe this song is kind of hard to tell because it's just so chill and it loops a lot, but the music in all of these Vertex Pop games, I mean, assuming you like, you know, chill yet upbeat kind of EDM, then, which isn't really something that I put on and listen to at any given time, but I love the way they use the music in all of their games. Whoa! Oh no. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Oh, it's getting hard. Ooh, I still got a long ways to go if I want to get a high score. Gotcha. Oh no! That was really close. For everyone listening, please let me know how the audio is. This game, the music's kind of quiet, but I want to make sure that the mic isn't distorting or any of that good stuff. So if anything doesn't sound right, let me know, and I can change it. Get out of there. I need a super beam. Come on. You can draw. Whoa.
Super beam,
There we
ready.
go. Let's crank it up. Ooh, I like that little pattern there. I forgot about that. I've been wanting to play this game for like 6 days now, but every time I was like, no, wait until I do the stream, because what I didn't want to have happen was like have like a miraculous run that I didn't capture on stream. This is crazy. Oh. To your point, Woozy, from earlier, I have no idea what just hit me. What are you? Oh no! Oh. I feel like I got almost the exact same score as last time. TBMI, thanks for joining, and I'm glad that you love these games. I do too. Let's try one of the endless runs. See if I fare any better. So what was my score? 143, so I was quite a ways away from my good score in the waves. Endless, 132 is what we're, well, I guess, wow, that's a big gap between 8 and 9. Go from 132 to 192 and change. All right, let's see what happens. Smoke and Sacrifice. Now that is a game that I have never played, but I've had a couple of people I think the game I'm thinking of is Salt and Sanctuary. Smoke and Sacrifice, because Salt and Sanctuary, hopefully you can understand why I'm getting this confused, is like a 2D Souls-like game. But I'm having trouble right now placing what Smoke and, what was it, Sacrifice is. So you'll have to remind me. I remember that was an earlier indie on the Switch, because I think we talked about that in one of the first Nindie Nation episodes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's randomization in this mode. So these guys are just kind of popping up all over the place. Frankly, I prefer the endless mode. I like playing this way. But it does get harder quicker, but that's also a better way to get higher scores without having to always start over from the beginning.
Super beam,
Let's do it.
ready.
Uh-oh. Ooh, just barely made it out of the way before that thing started firing again. Ooh. There we go. Oh, that was not good. All right, one more, just because I lost like 3 lives right there at the end. If this game had extra lives at every 100,000 points and a dash button, I think it would be a little bit easier to recommend as a must-buy. But if you're like, I want a twin-stick shooter and I've only got 10, 15 bucks, whatever, I would probably say if this is the type of vibe you want, Graceful Explosion Machine first. But their games don't go on sale very often at all at Vertex Pop, which is fine. I think they're well worth it. I'm not saying that their games are overpriced or anything. It's just you see so many sales all the time on the Switch that they're definitely an outlier. Get them cubes. Oh, there's some big ones over there. You really have to listen, because it's kind of hard to look over at those beams over there. The things that are scrolling across the top of the screen. Uh-oh. They're closing in on me.
Super beam, ready.
Come on, get some good score. Ooh, that was a pretty good super beam. I think I got a lot of good points from that one. Oh no. These guys are back. Oh, and there's more of them. Can't seem to make my way over to them. And they're just gonna keep coming. Super beam. Come on. There we go. I should be able to get one. Maybe. There we go. Ooh, those guys are coming from 2 different angles. Right when I got him, 2 more pop in. Let's get another super beam already, aren't I? Oh no, that just wasn't very nice at all. Hopping in. Oh no, that's a lot of them. Oh. I don't know if I'm dating myself. I was going to say something, but hey, that was my new high score. That was my personal high score. I'll submit it, but it didn't rank me up at all. Hi, me. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Okay, I'm going to jump into... Yeah, What the Golf. I'm not going to jump into What the Golf, but I am going to play Super Crush KO, which is just a phenomenal game. Does anybody here want to see like the intro and a couple of the very first levels that include the tutorial? Or should I try to jump into like a little bit later in the game? Maybe seeing the first couple of levels so that you all know what I'm doing on the controller, because there's a lot. It's almost like an Insomniac game with how much is going on. I'll shut up for a second so that you can see the intro and I think I can actually replay some of the cinematics and stuff at the beginning. So this is their newest game, Super Crush KO, just released in January, I think. And I did the review for the Nintendo Village. So if you go over there and see the review, watch the video, read the article, that was mine. And I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. And while I don't think this game will convince you to check out this genre if you're not already a fan, I think that if you are, it's a must buy. And the thing that I can compare it closest to is Beautiful Joe. It's kind of a throwback. Oh, really? Oh, Nate, you're speaking my language. Graceful Explosion Machine physical? That's definitely one that I would never play if I had it physically, you know? But I would definitely keep it in a box, but I might have to get it. Now, when I was playing this originally, I was in like the top 10 for a lot of the levels, or in like the 40s and 50s if I wasn't getting an S rank. Let's do... Okay, if you love Beautiful Joe, you know, the structure of the game and that kind of stuff, maybe not the closest, but just the feeling of the flow in the game feels like Beautiful Joe. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the training. I don't know if it's gonna show the cinematic. If so, I'll shut up for a second. Hit Y to punch, do the combos. You can see, as long as, you know, standard combo stuff, keep it moving, you keep your combo score high, that's your checkpoint. And each area before a checkpoint, there is a one of the little emblems or whatever you can get is a perfect combo, so you never break your combo during it. The shooting mechanic is essentially a way to keep your combo going while you work your way over to someone, to an enemy. Also helps you kind of float in the air. Anything red like that, that kills you. If you've played Graceful Explosion Machine, but you haven't played Super Crush KO, this should look and feel very familiar. Dodge with L, lets you run through enemies. You see their little tells, they've got the little exclamation point right before they attack. It's obviously very important to watch. I love the music in this game, so I'm probably going to turn up the volume on my TV. So if anybody sees or hears, I guess, any weird echo stuff, let me know, and I'll adjust. So see how I just used the gun to give myself a little bit of time as I was moving over there. That's basically the point of having the gun. It's not going to do a ton of damage. It's mostly just so that you can keep that combo going. Whoa. And then soon, I think probably in the next screen, it's going to tell me about the special moves. Which then at that point, the special moves and then the super attack, which is what just triggered. Alright, that was a perfect combo. I might need to back out. Oh, and how great is it that in 2020 the main character's name is Karen? I'm gonna see if I can. No, I'll keep it going. We'll go ahead and do the first level, and then I'll go back because I think I can watch the cinematics. I mean, they're nothing incredible or anything, but they're cute stories about an otherworldly super vixen who comes to the planet and kidnaps Karen's cat. So the whole, and that's basically the whole premise of the game. It's cute. There's some fun writing in it, you know, very witty, sarcastic type stuff. Now, can I already do my special? Oh, I can, okay. Oh, it was just about to tell me. So I do this, move forward. X is your special gauge. Bam! Go right through them. And as it teaches me the other moves, you basically have 4 different combinations that are based on the direction you push when you hit X. So basically it's like how you use the combo button in Smash Brothers. See there, I did a downward one. There's the upward. This is where the game starts getting really fun. And then, other than that, the like screen clearing super attack thing is oh, I dodged it. It's probably the only other thing that I think that I haven't shown yet. Bam! No damage, S rank clear. That's how you do it. It probably goes without saying that, you know, as you move along further in the game, it gets quite crazy. Oh, I almost didn't get that in time. There are certainly some attacks that you can dash through, like you just saw me dash through that bullet, and then there's some attacks that you can't. I forget exactly what the tell is for that. But you can see I'm like when these dog things are charging up, I can interrupt them. Same with this little dude, but there's a great variety of enemies as you continue to progress. There's probably like 5 or 6 different classes of enemies. I gotta say, it's been, I'm gonna jinx myself by saying this, but it's been 2 or 3 months. Yep, I jinxed myself by saying it. It's been like 2 or 3 months at least since I played this game last, and that might have just been to jump in for a quick fix. Other than that, it's been mostly since January and February when it came out. This game is so much fun. I'm like falling right back into it. The environments, aesthetically, not really. There's color palette swaps. My biggest complaint, maybe my only complaint about this game, is that I wish there was more content. Which, you know, that's a pretty good complaint for a game. Is you just wish there was more, right? But there are a few more types of hazards and obstacles that show up on the screen, like see these spikes. So there's things like that. And it certainly gets very, very hectic once you have all of those happening at the same time on the same screen. But otherwise, you get color palette swaps, and that's about it. And there's 4 of them. Ooh, here we go. Is this our boss? Nope, not yet. Oh, didn't see that one. Maybe after this level, I'll go to one in like World 2 or something, so you can see a little bit more variety in it. See what happens once things get a little bit more chaotic. I forget which button is my super special. I think it's L. Let's see, because I think this is a screen that I'm going to want to use it. Get through there. Hey, what are you doing? Another good one. Soon they're gonna start dropping. Oh, that guy. So that when he's doing that, I can interrupt it. I think. Is that what I can interrupt? Come on, let me see. Yeah. So you can interrupt him during the red tell. And then then you start seeing some classes of enemies that basically have shields or armor, and you're not going to do much or maybe any damage until you have their armor broken. And I like the way those work when you've got some of those enemies on the screen, as well as some of the ones that require you to like dash through some things to do any real effective damage to them. Just like anything else with Graceful Explosion Machine, We Are Doomed, Vertex Pop, like their games are just very aesthetically pleasing, great music, sharp, vivid visuals, and just kind of like grace under pressure, you know? That's kind of like their whole shtick is, can you keep your cool when the going gets rough? And if you can, then that's where the game pays off the most. If you hear that little bonk, bonk, bonk sound, that means I used too many of my X special moves before getting to recharge. When are you gonna tell me? Let's see. Oh, it's not that button. I'm trying to remember which button is my super special. Maybe it's just A. I bet it's gonna tell me right after this. This looks like an area that's about to open up. Here we go. All right, which button are you? Not that one. Come on, which button is it? Is it A? There we go. So it's only a straight line. It's, you know, the blue around Karen's face is the super gauge. So it actually builds up pretty quick. You actually get quite a few opportunities to use it throughout the levels, and they're pretty critical for beating the bosses as well. Maybe we'll do that after I finish this world. Instead of playing through the rest of the world, I will go tackle the first world boss, and then we'll try something in World 2. Yes, very much Guacamelee. Yeah, if you dig the way Guacamelee feels, especially with chaining together those special moves, compared to Guacamelee, you know how in Guacamelee you feel heavy, like there's like a chunk to the game where you push the button and then there's a brief pause right before the dash, so you've got to start building some of that into your timing. That is much less prevalent in Super Crush KO. All right, I'm going to take a drink and jump into the boss level. Actually, while I'm taking the drink, let's see if we can watch one of the cutscenes. Here's the intro. And that's it. That's your story. It's cute, it's simple, it's not a ton, and no, there is not co-op. That would be really cool. I hope this game sold decently well for them. Vertex Pop, I know, is a very small team. Let's do the first boss. Ooh, a perfect combo on the boss. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. So again, no co-op. That would be awesome, though. Maybe if after you beat the game, you could have Chubbs the cat play with you or something. This is hilarious.
Huh?
None your business. I'm such a sucker for bad jokes. Anne, Chubbs, and Karen are the entire extended cinematic universe for Super Crush KO.
Huh?
Mecha what now? Yeah, totally would be rad if you could play as Chubbs the cat. Alright, so see, we got the tells. Good job, Jeff. Way to really show off your prowess at video games. So obviously anything that's red like that, the spikes, that's the stuff you gotta look out for! Like I'm not doing. I gotta remember how to do this. Ooh, I got him. Wouldn't be a boss fight if he didn't call his minions. Ooh, I don't know why he keeps getting me with that. I mean, the answer is because I'm not getting out of the way. Oh, I thought I got that. Ooh. Karen's not doing good. Oh, wrong button. Talk about failure, huh? Ooh, there's one. Got that heart. What are you doing now? Get you. Might have to try that again. So you have to beat that whole boss without breaking your combo and not getting hit. So certainly not impossible. Let's try it one more time. See if I can do better than a B. I'm sure I can. Oh no! key, at least the big key, is not getting behind him. He doesn't like that. Just he's got too big of a hitbox. So what I just did... Oh! Oh, I shouldn't have used that. Oh no! There we go. That was a little better, I think. Ah, yes. How long is it? So I'll go back to the world screen here. It is very short. Very short. Again, my biggest complaint about the game. So you've seen so far, you saw two, really level 1, 2 is probably what you can expect for the length of the levels. You can see the different amount of stages by those perfect combo badges. So most stages have 4 or 5 different areas, checkpoints. There are, I think, 4 worlds. Yeah, so there's not a lot here. I wish there was more. Do I have a B rank in any of these? Let's do something tougher. Oh, here we go. I've got some more perfect combos to work up. I don't know how much this game is on the eShop right now either. I think when it came out, it was $15. And that's a tough call. I love Vertex Pop, so I would be happy to buy their games for that price. But I can understand other people who aren't as smitten with the developer as I am, wanting to wait for a discount. But I do think, so now you see the bombs on the screen and stuff. Lot more to manage. I could see other people wanting to wait for $10 or so, but I think there's so much replayability. I think $10 is reasonable. There we go. That was a perfect combo. All right, got one. See, I can do this. Oh no. I'm really good at jinxing myself today. This guy's just full of gas. Yeah, I like some of the levels open up a bit so that there's not really multiple paths, but there's multiple kind of secluded off areas to go through one stage or one screen, which I like. Because it gives you more options on how you're going to approach it if you're going for that high score. Whoa! There we go. So here's a good example of what I was just saying, how you've got a couple of different ways you could approach this part of the level, being able to go go down low or go up high. Oh! Ooh, I thought that was gonna hit me. I forget what I do there. Do I hit it? Yeah, you hit it and then you get your jump back. That's right. So the little blue crystals you're seeing is my special that I can recoup. And then obviously the other, the pink, that's my points and getting your getting your special, not your special meter, I guess your special, not this guy. Oh. Oh. As I said earlier, game is just so much about not losing your cool. You know, like you saw me get hit once and then pretty much get hit immediately that second time because I start panicking a little bit. But you don't judge me for my gaming, right? Oh, you're big. $15. Yeah, the game can be beaten in about maybe 2 hours tops, and that's if you die a few times, which you probably will the first time. Little booster pads in the level. So I personally would think it's a good value at $15. If there was 1 or 2 more levels, absolutely. But I can understand people wanting to wait for a sale. It's just unfortunate, like I said, there's not a ton of sales that they put on their games. Is there anybody here that has never seen Graceful Explosion Machine before? Because if you are unaware, Graceful Explosion Machine was a launch title for the Switch. It was the day I got my Switch, I bought Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment, Breath of the Wild, and Graceful Explosion Machine. There's a good interrupt right there. Tell you what, I don't know if anybody saw, I wasn't chatting last night, but I was checking out Rogue Legacy 2, which is in early access on PC right now. And I figured I'd go ahead and just stream it, you know, mostly like thinking, hey, what if I want that footage later on the road? Might as well just stream it, let people watch if they want. So I wasn't talking or anything last night, but whew, man, is Rogue Legacy 2 good. I mean, for those of you who are unaware, Rogue Legacy is kind of one of the indie roguelikes that got that genre, I think, on the map. And early on, it was free or included with PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold, so there was a lot of interest in it. A lot of people played it. What do you think? You want to see one more level of this? Maybe another boss or something? Or should we go jump to Graceful Explosion Machine? While somebody answers, I'll play another cutscene. Okay. Let's do one more level. Let's do one more boss. We'll do the World 2 boss. I don't know. Did I get the... I don't want to show everybody the final boss. We'll do a World 2 boss. And then we'll jump to Graceful Explosion Machine. But yeah, Rogue Legacy 2, man, they gave it that art style, that really flat kind of Saturday morning cartoon look that the new Battletoads game has, Streets of Rage 4 has, and it looks awesome. It's such a better fit for the light-hearted humor of Rogue Legacy than I think the more, I don't want to say primitive, but you know what I mean. Well, what am I saying? The art style is very similar in the way they draw the characters and such to this game, to Super Crush KO. There are more classes. And, you know, in that kind of game where you die, you start over with another type of character. It's a huge deal to have multiple classes. And they just refined and expanded everything. I was getting to that. Don't interrupt me, Karen. Jeez. I'm going to screenshot that. Get her, Mecha 2. Okay, I don't remember this boss at all. What do you do? What do you do? Okay, got that first wave. Time to get some of your thugs who in this world are dropping bombs. Oh no! What are you gonna do? Oh, same thing as the last guy. Ooh, got the second wave. Oh no! Oh, I was really thinking I had a chance to get that perfect combo. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but it worked out okay. Get back here. I don't like that he's just hanging out. And gotcha. Only one hit. I wonder if that was a high score. That was a pretty good boss. Here we go. Jumping back into the game after a couple months. Got a new high score. And, you know, getting the perfect combo and no hits taken obviously has exponential impacts to your score. But let's see. Let's see where I ranked in that one. Oh, did I just get an S and I didn't have one before? Let's see where I set. Your score. How do I filter? Is that what I want to do? Oh, 368. Your boy sucks. Okay, let's jump into Graceful Explosion Machine, which I'm gonna say is my favorite. Definitely my favorite. Super Crush KO is a very close second. But if you buy any Vertex Pop game, I'm gonna say go with Graceful Explosion Machine. So Super Crush is 15. How much is Graceful Explosion Machine? Is there a way for me to look at this and see, like, show me the store page? I don't think so. I gotta tell you, I don't know if everybody in here right now listens to the podcast, watches the show, whatever. But if you do, just get ready, because I am going to gush like crazy when it comes time to record and talk about Hades, one of the games that was in the Indie World presentation this week. I did not expect that at all, that was going to make it to Switch. And the fact that they announced it for Switch first and not PlayStation 4. So Graceful Explosion Machine, similar. You know, you see 4 different worlds and such. But we're going to do some simpler levels so you get an idea. It's a side-scrolling twin-stick shooter where you have the 4 face buttons on the controller correspond to 4 different attacks. So you move left to right on the screen very much like Defender or a Housemarque game. What is it called? What's the Housemarque game that launched with the PS4? Resogun. very similar to that. You move left and right on the screen. You attack with B, and then Y, X, and A are different specials, very similar to Super Crush. You have a cooldown, or you can use them, rebuild it as you use your normal attacks, but you don't want to kind of expend it. You don't want it to overheat. And then you can use, I think it's R to flip directions and L to dash. We'll do the 2 tutorials real quick. And I love this song. Oh, and this stuff, that's weird. I didn't know they showed this kind of stuff in the tutorial. Like, you don't have to grab weapons in the game. So ZL to flip. So this is your standard gun. You don't want this guy to overheat. And you grab those little yellow, orange, yellow gem things to refill your gun, your typical standard gun gauge. I'm guessing this. Okay, systems, they loop around. Yes. So this is very much like Defender. Oh, good. This will be a quick tutorial. So this, like seeing the icons on the screen, this is not something that happens in this typical game. The energy sword is the weapon I use the least. Just makes a big circle around you like that. It's, I bet if I used it better, that I would probably get a lot higher scores. But you'll see there's a pretty distinct, much more so than Super Crush KO, variety of enemies that have very specific ways you need to take them out. So you're not approaching the situation as you want. There's definitely preferred weapons for different bosses. Anything will work. You don't absolutely have to do it one way, but you'll notice pretty quick that there's, the sword is good for one, and then I'm gonna get the big like cannon weapon, the A button, and you'll see that weapon is good for like these big circular turret things that you fight. Uh-oh, I'm getting a weird error on YouTube, and I don't know what it's saying. Something about not receiving enough video. Can you guys still hear me? I see it on my screen, but I don't know if I should stop the stream and address it. I'm gonna see YouTube. Oh, I guess whatever it was, it fixed itself. Okay. Good evening, or whatever time it is, wherever everybody is. I see a couple more people jumped in. Thanks for joining. Ooh, Graceful Explosion Machine is 649 right now. Oh my goodness, that is a no-brainer. There is no game that I have revisited more consistently on the Switch than this one. So this guy, so the sniper beam, when you see these little circular dudes, that's what you use on him. Unlike Super Crush KO, while you can dash, which I guess is the last thing they're going to give me in the tutorial. Oh, and this one. This is the weapon I use the most. Oh no, there's the dashing. So you get 2 of them at a time. You see the little gauge right below my ship. And the weapon, so the most of the enemies, like these little green guys and the blue guys that have like 2 or 3 health bar hits below them, the weapon I'm about to get is the one that I use for most of those cannon fodder enemies. See, I'm like kind of trained to not really use any weapons. I just tried to press the X button. You can dash through enemies. That was a little extra health. You can dash through enemies, but you cannot dash through I don't think you can dash through the red bullets. So those are the things that you're watching out for. All right, let's get that 4th weapon, and then we'll jump into a level. Wow, so yeah, $649. I was just thinking about that again. $650 for this game. Go buy it. That's a great deal. That's a great deal. And these Super Crush KO, I don't think many people will have a challenge getting through the game, but I would say that you're not going to blow through this game the first time you're playing each of the levels. Like, I think while you're getting the dexterity of the game down and starting to, like, you know, learn its language, I think there's a few levels that'll stump you, or at least most people. I'll have to look and see how long, if you still have it open, how long that game is still on sale. I want to make sure that I can mention it on the podcast, or if I should just tweet it. I glanced down and I think I saw somebody say something about Supergiant. Who was saying that? Shrivastan? Is that the correct pronunciation? I've got a Shrivastan in my neighborhood. He just goes by Shri. I don't know if you do. So a lot more stats going on the screen. All right, let's jump into a game. We'll do a level that I haven't hit the high score yet. And if you have been watching Super Crush KO, you probably see how much this game looks like Super Crush KO. Let's dive in. So we've got multiple phases. Did it not give me that weapon in the tutorial? Or did it and I just wasn't paying attention? So this, the X button gives you this weapon right here, and that's what you'll see me using the most. What's cool about it is that you can also aim it. So I can hold on it too and just kind of aim it. Now you see I overheated my weapon. So the way to get that back is either to wait for it or to collect these little diamonds. And I will say, when I was testing out all my stream stuff, getting it all set up for tonight, I was doing it a couple of days ago. This was the game that I was trying to test the audio balance and things like that. And I probably played it for an hour, kind of unexpectedly. And I beat one of the big challenges, which I'll explain in a minute what that is, as well as a couple of the primary levels that I had never gotten an S rank or whatever on. So 3.5 years later, after this game came out, I am still finding new things, and I love this game. So you get your rank is determined by obviously not getting hit, keeping a perfect combo, but also your speed. So it's important, you can go through a level, never get hit, never break your combo, but if you're going too slow, which I'm not really going to try to go for those scores right now since I'm talking, but you do have to be dashing in between the different enemies and such constantly. Uh-oh, I overheated. Bad time to overheat. Ooh, I did not need to use that. All right, one more phase. Oh, am I gonna break the 50,000? Get my first S rank, I think is what it was. Yeah, I'm totally gonna get that. Cool. So just like I was saying, I'm gonna hit a score that I hadn't ever hit in 3.5 years of this game, and I probably play it. Yeah, I might take a couple months, few months breaks here and there, but this game is very frequently somewhere in my home row. And the levels get really varied as well, much more than Super Crush KO. While they still look very similar, the overall layout and how, what's the word I'm looking for, labyrinthine they get. They get bigger, they get taller, They have moving like blockades in the level that really make you worm your way around different obstacles. I mean, there's a lot. Awesome. Nate, you better not buy the last one. I don't know why I keep getting this. Okay, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Okay. I don't really know what to do about that. Probably plug an Ethernet cable in. This is like the only spot in my house that doesn't have it. So new high score. Awesome. Let's submit it. Let's see how it pans out to, or compares to everybody else. Ooh, just an A. So, okay, I got to get a much higher score to get the S. Oh, you already have it physical. I'm jealous of your collection. So will you buy every physical game for the Switch, any of them, no matter what? Like, are you going for a complete collection, or do you try to make sure that you have some kind of specific, desire for the game or whatever? Let's see if we can get an A on this level. Yeah, I'm interested in that as well, Jaime. So see how I'm kind of plowing my way through these enemies here until I just overheated. But that's kind of the goal. Like, you get right up in front of these guys and use these missiles. Just get right up in the face of the enemies so that you can take them out before they spread out too much. Kind of keep plowing through. Sometimes new enemies won't spawn until you clear a wave, but for the most part, they will just kind of keep coming as long as you're making enough progress on the waves. So I say that because if you miss one or two enemies, you can usually continue. This is also a wave level instead of, so this is like your boss level, basically. And the way it works differently is that there are, well, I mean, obviously it's tougher, but you see this little, what is that? Hexagon, octagon, whatever. I can't see how many sides it is right now. But it'll keep filling up as I go through the different phases. It's just basically typically a longer level than the others. Ooh, there's an extra life. So I got that back. Trying to make myself use the energy sword. Those purple dudes, those are the bane of my existence. But we haven't even seen the caterpillars yet. There it is. Did it. Oh, did I just miss the high score by like 800 points? I did, didn't I? I still got a high score, but I missed the rank. Oh, bummer. Going for complete super rare set. Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out which one. Does Merge Games publish their own games? I'm trying to remember, because now that I've got probably like a dozen or so indies physically, I'm starting to see which ones include things. Like, I think it's the super rare games that usually have that extra tab on the inside of the case with like a manual or something. Ah, shipping them out there. Where are you? That's such a bummer. Like, wasn't the internet supposed to fix that? Let's go for an A rank somewhere. Let's do this level. So here's World 2. Obviously a different color. you're going to see a couple of different enemies as well. I'll try to see if I can get some high scores in some of these. See those guys, you want to use the beam. I haven't really used it yet where you will hold on this missile, the pink button I'm using, the pink weapon I'm using, where you'll see, like when I'm pressing it now, I'm just firing one round, and it does the same thing every time, but I can shoot in different directions. They shoot behind me. But once you get to the caterpillar, worm enemies that come up, it might come up in this world, you have to like wail on them with it. So you hold on the X button and then you kind of aim the stream of projectiles much more. So you'll see that soon. That was risky. I got right in front of that dude. There we go. I used the energy sword there. Oh no. Not a good place to overheat. Oh no, it's getting crowded. Oh, it's getting crowded in here. You definitely run the risk of letting the area get too crowded, and then you start using too many weapons at once, and then you end up losing your combo. Like that's how it happens in this game. You don't control the crowd enough, and then you've just got too many things coming at you. It's very important. That's why you saw me like getting right in the face of enemies when they were popping up. Because if you don't do that, then you just can't keep up with them all. There we go. I think that's the same sound effect as when you run out of your special attack in Super Crush KO, isn't it? It sounds like it. Oh, that green dude up there, those guys are a pain. I'm gonna have to come at them from a different angle. Ooh. Oh! Phew! Yeah, let's catch up with the chat. That blows my mind that Nintendo has no physical presence or official presence in India. I saw that they just announced moving into Brazil this week. That's exciting. Yeah, and I also understand getting Celeste physical. I don't have Celeste physically. Definitely one I need to add. Okay, so I think the last thing that I'm gonna do tonight, yeah, it's about 11:20, is I'm gonna try one of the challenges. So I think you get the gist. You haven't seen the worms or some of the more challenging levels. So I think, you know, so you see the levels here. You've got the different ranks, the different levels, each with a few phases, and then you've got the final warp, which is just kind of a longer level. You've got that with each world, but then you have the challenge mode. And when I sit down and I play this game now, I usually don't go back and replay these. That's why some of those ranks haven't been beaten and why I was kind of knocking a few of those out on my first try. I go to the challenge modes because there are still some in here that I have not beaten. So I have never beat either of these. The challenge modes are going through the entire world, all levels, all phases, and you get a little breather in between. And you can see there, like, the time is for the score attack is 30 minutes. You know, these take a long time. So we're gonna do this one and see if I can get through it. See if I can get through Warp 3+, which is gonna be the whole world. I'm gonna pause, get a drink of water. You know, Nate, I totally agree about having to wait for the games. Like, it sucked that Streets of Rage 4 was like such an anticipated game for me. Oh, look at this guy. We'll come back to him. That Streets of Rage 4 was just like one of my most anticipated games in a long time, and boy, did that game live up to the hype. I was so happy. But that one took like, I want to say like 3 months to ship. Thankfully, you know, this is definitely not a problem that a ton of people can sympathize with or empathize with. But over the last like 2 months, I have just now finally been able to get some codes from publishers occasionally. It's not common, but there are definitely, I would say, like a third of indie publishers I can request codes for. And I don't do it that much. Just, it's not that big of a deal. I'd rather let a different channel have a shot because they, for whatever reason, have limited amounts. I don't understand that. But publishers, for their own games on the eShop, have a limited amount of codes that they can get. And I think that's really weird. Like, it's their game, and it's not like you run out of internet, you know? It's not like the stock is out, but it's kind of just assumed or understood that there actually is a stock that runs out. Anyways, so once I started getting a couple of games for free for review purposes or impressions purposes, that was when I started buying the games physically, because there were games that I really wanted. Streets of Rage 4 was one of the early ones where I was like, you know what? I know I'm going to play the mess out of this game, and I'm getting it now to play, but I want a copy of my own. So I mostly just buy those physical games just to show support to the developers for games that I personally like. Which is why my physical collection does not go for any kind of completion or anything like that. It's really just about my own personal preference. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's a pain. He just splits up. But we haven't even seen the... Ooh, this is not getting good. Haven't even seen the caterpillars yet. Those are the ones I hate the most. Like big, long, worm-looking dudes. They're pink. You can only shoot them in the head. And after you shoot them, they put up a shield so you can't hit them right away. And as soon as you shoot them, they dash at you. Oh, let me get that. Okay, good. Got my health back. So I don't know if it's clear looking at this, but like this game, the difficulty gets intense. There's a lot going on. When I'm playing the single worlds, when I'm playing the single levels or whatever, that's about trying to get higher scores. But when it comes to like this mode, for example, it is simply about trying to make it to the end still, after playing this game for so long. I mean, look at that map up at the top. It's just a mess. Oh! That was the wrong weapon to use. Oh, look at that. Nice. What are you? What are you gonna be? See, now, now I'm starting to use more waves of the missiles at one time. Oh, you'll hear it go pew, pew. And the only way you can afford to shoot out the missiles like that is if you are dashing through what opens up when you shoot them. Oh, lost it. Let's try a different one. Look at that, 78% of the way through that one. Let's try the fourth world. And if I remember correctly, the 4W, like the W world, is this more of a static screen. What was it that I just completed the other day? I think it was that one. Let's do the last world. We'll do the score attack. So this could be like 30 or 40 minutes if I can make it through it. But this will, I'm pretty sure, have every type of enemy in the game. Just keep in mind that when you actually do encounter these enemies in the game, you know, they spread it out pretty good. Yeah, they're, oh. First minute and I'm already getting hit. As long as I have a somewhat decent run, I'll be okay. I don't want to end on a downer. I want to end feeling proud of what I've accomplished. See, that guy's just a pain. When you start getting all these red bullets coming at you, you cannot dash through those. So that is very, difficult to navigate. So this is level based. So you get the different phases, and then after 3 phases, the level is over, but you still carry over and you go straight into the next world or the next level. And so that's kind of the difference between the warp, where it's mostly just like a supercharged version of the last level of each world. Oh no. If you can't tell, like, I'm definitely playing more defense now in this mode. Oh! He shot right when I got in there. Did not time that one right. I don't know if it's just mental, but I definitely feel like when you do need, especially if you have a moment where you get like 2 hits at once, and now that I'm on my last leg, I do feel like the game is generous about giving you extra health. So we'll see. Maybe it's like after a certain period of time, after getting hit, if you get your combo back up or something, because right now it's really low. It's only 20. But, oh, see, look at that. It's not combo related. But I do notice that if you can keep your cool after taking damage, a lot of times you can regain that life fairly quickly, which I appreciate, because it's nice if you're 20 minutes into a 30-minute run that was otherwise going great until you had a bad moment. It's nice to not have to lose it all right there. You get a plenty decent chance. All right, you, I forget what you do if I get in that red circle, but I don't think I want to find out. All right. See? We got a long road ahead of us. Oh, here's a good example of a big vertical, or a much more vertical level. Oh, there's the worms. Oh, seriously? First thing it does, it's like, hey, I'm the worm, welcome back. Or caterpillar or whatever. Oh, this is not going to end well. This is going to be a short level, I think. Because these guys, if you don't get on them right... Oh, see? All right, I don't want to end there. We'll do a single level. Did you see that? Did you see that? 11% of the way through. Look at that. We'll do a couple of normal levels so I can show you some. Okay, a D. We can do better than a D. Let's do better than a D. It was the level I was just playing. We'll redeem ourselves. So those guys. So you gotta like just get right in their face, but watch out for that dash. And I'm already gonna regret not taking him out because now it's getting much busier. And that little turret thing that's setting up over there, that's gonna be a problem. Because that's kind of my escape path. Oh! That's where we use the sword. No! Whoa! Look at it, it's crazy! Oh, right in the face. Okay. Alright, let's not die right away. Let's try to get a health pack thingy back. That's gonna be easier said than done, though. I can't get in there to get that guy. Here we go. Take him out. That'll help a lot. I can't tell you how many times I've died in this game while going after the health like I just grabbed. Phew! Oh, right away, just a worm in the face. Oh, I can't get in there to get those. Probably the worst thing that I could do right now is get myself back in a corner like that. And I just did it again. Come on, get the boost. Yeah, push him around. Get back in there, get that life. Phew! One more phase. Those big enemies. See those guys? You want to take them out before they become too big of a problem. Just kind of like the exact opposite of what I just did. Should take my own advice. Oh, did not see that. Alright, let's go tackle this big thing over here. Okay. Beat the level. I don't know if I got better than a D on that one. How much was that physical? Yeah, I want to know how much the physical was too. How'd I do? A B! Hey! That's not bad. I'll take it. I like the stats where it shows you how much time you spend using each weapon. I mean, you can see I never use the sword. That's the blue one in that little circle graph. Not bad. Do I have any other D rankings? I don't think so. Alright, I think this will be my last thing for the evening. I'm going to see if I can get a better score than a B+ on this one. Thanks everybody for stopping by the way. Been a good stream of people coming in and out. I swear I never thought there'd be a time where somebody actually wanted to watch me play a game. I made that sound like the way anybody who doesn't understand streaming always asks, what, you mean like people go on this Twitch website and they just like watch someone play a game for hours every day? And it's like, no, it's more than that, but yes. Whoa! Get out of my face! I just had the idea that I'm spending my Wednesday, Thursday evenings trying out new games or chipping away at my own most weeks. I have this fancy computer that I bought a year ago and haven't really done much with besides play some PC games, and seems like it would make sense to try it out for streaming, and this is really fun. I wish there was a simple way for like doing a Zoom call or something where people could come in and chat. That would be a lot cooler than me talking at a chat room if other people could chime in. I'm considering looking into that, and I'm sure that opens up risk for people to do naughty things, but I'm not really concerned with it. So if you all have seen any streams where streamers do that, where it's almost like a radio show or something in some sense, where people can kind of like pop in and talk, ask a question, or just get involved in the chat or whatever, I would love to know if there's a program, because right now I'm just using OBS. And it's fine. We get it? Shoot it! Wait, Super Rare Games has Graceful Explosion Machine in a bundle with Tricky Towers and Little Inferno? I don't remember if I played Little Inferno. I know that Tricky Towers has always kind of been like, it's okay. I've never really been something to write home about personally. Got another new high score. Yeah. Jaime, you're absolutely right. I mean, it is a community thing. I hesitate to use that about Nindie Nation. Not that I don't consider everybody a community. It's just that I can't fathom that would happen inside of Nindie Nation. Maybe it's just that I still don't believe it or whatever. Actually, this week's podcast is almost at 1,000 views, and I've never had that before, and that's crazy. I just broke 500 views on a weekly episode like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. But it's fun, right? Phew! Let's give Vertex Pop some love. Chat with you guys for a second before I turn it off. See what's going on in the chat. Yeah, I thought Tricky Towers was pretty old. And I am always about chilling and talking about the vidya. I don't know if you consider it much of a Tetris clone, maybe, but I really like Tumblestone. And Tumblestone is often like $2 when it's on sale. And it has 4-player, it's a falling block thing. So, hey, Nate, thank you for joining. Thanks all of you for stopping by. So what else? Yeah, Tumblestone was cool. The name of that developer is escaping me right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But I went to the PlayStation Experience, the first one that they had when it was in San Francisco. I think it was, 2015? And that was really before I was too much into indie games. But I went out there and everything was really busy one day, and I was just trying to find something to go play. And I ended up at that developer's booth, and it was, it was an indie booth. It was smaller. It wasn't, huge, fancy flat screens and expensive graphics and stuff like that printed out everywhere. It was, it was indie. It was 3 or 4 people that put it together, and they don't have a dedicated team to put a booth together. And I just walked up because there wasn't a line there, and I talked to the person that was showing the demo, and he explained the game to me, talked to me about where they were from and how they developed the game. And then, anyways, I really ended up liking Tumblestone because of that, and it's hard to kind of remove myself with my recommendation of the game because I just had such a positive experience talking to them about the game. And they actually even said, yeah, we're launching it now, but we're working on a deal to try to get it in Games with Gold or PlayStation Plus sometime down the road. And sure enough, I think it was like 6 months later, that next summer, it was on Xbox Live Gold. And I just kind of harkened back to when we shared that story. And funny enough, that same day, PlayStation Experience in 2015, I stopped by the Vlambeer booth, and Rami Ismail was there, and that was really before I knew who he was or anything. And if you don't know who Rami is, check him out. Check out Rami because he does all kinds of... He does a lot of activism work. He makes incredible games of Vlambeer, and he is an incredible force for good with indie developers that need some help getting promotion, need some help. He does these game jams, and before the COVID coronavirus stuff, he was doing a game train jam where you pack like 30, 50 indie developers on a train. It was in the US, I think. And he had done one of them, and the second one got canceled because of COVID, of course. But they would do like a 2-day long train across the country, or I can't remember what the exact path was, but there's a handful of games that came out of that. And so he does a lot of stuff like that. He runs Vlambeer, and I got a chance to talk to him for 15 minutes or something, and he was telling me about Nuclear Throne and like where it came from and how they had done ridiculous fishing on the App Store. Again, 2015, it had blown up by then, the App Store, but it wasn't what it is now. It wasn't ubiquitous with online or interactions with computers. And Rami and the team at Tumblestone, or from the Tumblestone developers, they both just like struck such a chord with me. And that year, every attendee of the PlayStation Experience was given a copy of Nuclear Throne. And that was the first time I didn't care what the game was. I was so excited. And I ended up skipping a meetup. I think it was with Kinda Funny that I was going to go try to do a meetup with them. Not with like the gang, but like the whole community. And I ended up skipping it for the night because I got obsessed with Nuclear Throne and just like totally head over heels with it. And that would probably be like going out there and talking to those two teams. That's probably what got me interested in indie games. And I've just like been very interested in them since. I before that, when I would see a game I didn't recognize, come up on PlayStation Plus, I didn't give it a second thought, but after having those 2 experiences, I really just started digging into anything I could try. Awesome. I love that you're going to pick up Graceful Explosion Machine. That's awesome. Maybe there's somewhere I can go where we can share scores and stuff besides just being online. Speaking of which, all of you, if you have not, go add me on your Switch. My friend code thing is in my Twitter bio. So go add me. And it's still hard to know who's who and stuff. That doesn't do a good job of telling you in the Switch. But, you can see what I'm playing and check some scores and stuff like that. So it's always fun. All right. Go tell Vertex Pop on Twitter that you're buying their games. Maybe they'll give me a sneak peek of whatever they have coming next. Probably be a couple of years, but I'm glad to see a couple of people are gonna give them some of their money and love this game because this game's so great. All right, well that does it for this evening. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I sincerely appreciate it. Always love chatting with everybody, and hopefully we can figure out a way to do it more back and forth than me blabbing forever and just seeing your chat. In the next couple of days, the Panzer Paladin review should be live on the Nintendo Village. I'm just still working on the video, and I love that game. Highly recommend it. And what else? Podcast will be recording over the weekend as usual. I usually record on Sunday night. I edit on Monday-ish, record and post it Monday/Tuesday, depending on when I get it done. And I think that does it for now. I should say a tagline. I should say, I hope no matter what you're looking for, if you're looking for a twin stick shooter or a beat 'em up, a beautiful Joe type beat 'em up, Vertex Pop has just what you need to keep your Joy-Cons synced, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your evening, your week, your day, and I'll see you all again soon.